Hey, settle down for a minute because I want to talk to you like someone who's been spinning albums and movies through these for weeks. The short name is LSX2, and once it sits on your shelf, regular speakers start feeling like flat echoes of what sound can actually be. This is for the person who doesn't just play music or movies, you listen. You notice detail, space, depth. You care about fidelity, not just volume. If you've been playing compressed tracks on cheap speakers and convincing yourself it's enough, I want you to see what you've been missing. Before we dive deeper, check the current price and stock. A pair like this tends to move fast once the listeners who value quality find them. You know that moment when you realize your old speakers aren't really lost in the music, but burying it? Vocals feel flat, instruments blur together, bass muddies mids. That slow fade of energy, you hear it and you ignore it until one day you can't. That's when you know it's time to upgrade. That's when LSX2 becomes more than just nice gear. It becomes necessity. The first time you play a good recording through LSX2, the feeling that hits you isn't loudness. It's clarity. The proprietary Uni-Q driver array separates every instrument, every voice, every ambient echo, placing them sharply in space. The music doesn't just come out, it expands around you. Picture a real evening with them. You cue up a vinyl-quality jazz track. The saxophone breathes. The double bass throbs. The cymbals shimmer with just enough air. Then you switch to a film, dialogue comes forward, ambience surrounds you, explosions and sound effects land with weight but stay clean. Even streamed playlists on Spotify or Tidal, they feel elevated. The beauty isn't just in raw power. It's in finesse. The LSX2 gives you texture, separation, room presence without needing a bulky amp or messy cables. The onboard DSP and Class D amplifiers handle everything. Streaming via Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, AirPlay 2, Chromecast, or wired HDMI/USB-C, it all works. Plug it in, open your app, hit play, done. Before you move on, double-check stock. Systems this polished and compact tend to disappear when serious listeners start upgrading. Maybe you worry that small bookshelf speakers can't deliver real bass or room-filling sound. But when tuned and placed properly, LSX2 gives tight lows, detailed mids, sparkling highs, balanced, controlled, musical. The surprise benefit: they stay refined even at high volume. No distortion. No muddy lows. Just presence. Owning LSX2 changes your entire listening mindset. You stop using background music as a phrase. Music becomes an event. Movies turn cinematic. Work sessions, with background tracks, feel elevated. You'll feel like someone who doesn't just own gear. You own intention. Sound that feels layered and alive. Vocals and instruments stand separate, and real bass that hits deep but stays clean. Set and forget headphone-like simplicity with rich output. A system that respects your music and frees your setup from cables. A couple honest thoughts. They demand space and positioning for best soundstage. And if you like bone-shaking sub-bass, a subwoofer might be worth adding later. You've looked at soundbars or budget stereo sets. You've compared specs and prices. But deep down you already knew the difference between just sound and real sound. At some point you stop debating and choose the setup you already felt you needed. If you're ready to turn your music, movies, and daily listening into something you actually feel, check the link, check the stock, and bring home the LSX2.